How's the feeling around the club after the weekend?
It's great. Like when you have a good home win like that. I know Montalban weren't one of the best teams we've faced now, but it's gives confidence to the lads, reassures the team that we're capable of stuff, and yeah, it's great to have those home wins. The fans are happy. Fans are cheering for the whole game. Yeah,
Yeah.
you need those games like that.
I was going to say it's been look. I know the top 14 is a tough league. Everyone is challenging themselves. So because it's been up and down in terms of results, does that kind of just give you the confidence going forward? Now, of look, we can click, we can do this, we can beat anyone. I know, as you say, they're not the most world class outfit, but you need to build that confidence.
Yeah, and it's like each game is different. Like you're taking confidence in say or more attack from this game or counter attack, or defensive phases. But there'll still be other things that aren't perfect that might need work. So it's like you're taking bits of goods from this game. There's bits from the previous game, even though the result didn't quite go our way. And you're just trying to each week trying to apply to have a more complete performance, especially as you lead into more important games now coming into winter. Like so, yeah.
Well, I was going to say, like, in terms of yourself, how are you looking forward now, moving forward? Because you played obviously in Paris, your little hometown. So how was that?
No, it was cool. It was good because I had an unfortunate start of the season. My appendix burst on me just before a warm up game, so I was out of the running for that for a while, and then I played the game, so it was good to get out there. Obviously, the fitness was going to be a challenge when you've kind of undone all the good work of preseason, you know. But other than that, physically felt fine. Fitness actually held up okay, and then just unfortunate not to get the win away with the boys. But then, would you believe it? Sunday again after that game, I had an obstruction linked to the appendicitis. So
Wow.
spent another 2 days in the hospital there last week, and that kind of put me out for the weekend. So, but all good now, all in the clear. I'm like bad luck Brian there this
I was
season,
going,
but
I was going to ask, are you just having
yeah.
that kind of optimistic Irish look on it of your grand, or are you actually grand?
Oh no, I am good. I know I am good. I mean, yeah, it's I did I had zero control over
Yeah.
over just the heat of such an operation, and yeah, it happens to 10% of people. So yeah, unlucky, but and very good in that normally it's an operation that you need to clear such an obstruction like so. I was very lucky to avoid it. So I went from like where everyone was thinking it's another 5-7 week injury to me just
Yeah.
coming walking out of the hospital all good after 2 days. So the mood is actually, yeah, I'm quite positive now that that's the end of the bad luck. We'll get some games in, we'll get the fitness back, and we'll help the boys to achieve something hopefully.
What was preseason like? I was talking to Gregory not too long ago, and he was talking about how it's the first time in a long time you'd had like a proper full preseason because you've been that successful previously that you haven't had the same amount of time to work on things. So how's that change been for you?
It was, yeah, I suppose I agree. It was really it was quite an intense preseason. We had loads of time to kind of tick off all the boxes we wanted to in terms of conditioning and skill work and rugby, and it really felt like there's a big satisfaction among the coaches and the players that things were kind of going well, in terms of having loads of time to do everything. But yeah, again, I was unlucky not to put the hard work into practice,
Hmm.
but yeah, we really did enjoy it. We were flogged as well, like so you do kind of you do have to take a lot of satisfaction for putting in the hard work.
Well, as you say, you're going to get up to speed now. So kind of what's your expectation and what's your ambition for the season in terms of both personal and as a club? Because obviously you've got the two competitions on both fronts that you'll be obviously looking to challenge for.
Yeah. So personally, I want to have one of the best seasons I've had in years. Do you know,
Hmm.
it's I think it's a natural goal for most players. But I feel I wrote a disappointing season last year, and yeah, there was a few injuries, there was concussions and all that, so it was kind of out of my control. But overall, I felt like I could not add much value to the squad. So I do feel like there's a drive for myself to do better, and I feel like I owe my teammates more. So that's just on a personal level. I feel like there's plenty in me to add value. Like so, and preseason was actually going really well as well. So yeah, so I haven't lost any. If anything, preseason had still given me confidence that we can have a great year, and then as a team, naturally, it's to try push to get finals and to achieve things with the squad. So
Yeah.
which we know we're very capable of. So yeah, it would be great to find that form again with the squad to earn our way into those finals, to win the big moments at home and away from home, and then to celebrate with the lads.
Well, I was going to say you've had a few times you've been able to celebrate quite great wins, and you've had kind of good moments because obviously you got the Pro 12, you got the Champions Cup, you got Ireland caps, you got Barbarian cap. Like out of those, what kind of weighs up as your most memorable to this point?
Uh there's loads. There's also getting promoted
B2.
from 2A to 1B as well for Corinthians. That was a huge one.
All right, fair enough.
Um, there's I don't know. I mean, they're all huge moments.
Hmm.
I was very lucky to be part of all those uh such good times. I don't know, did they differ much? They're just kind of like it just feels like the good times are still here, you know, whenever whenever you get those big wins and successes. I suppose the most recent one being the Champions Cup was just incredible, and the fact that we were in Dublin, so uh, felt like being at home and
Yeah.
achieving such good things after such a tough season because it was a quite a tough year. There was a lot of ups and downs, and then to come away with that result away from home after the game hadn't been going the way it had been for the first half was huge. Like yeah, so that was
Hmm.
massive. But they're all those huge wins were great as well.
Well, how do you yourself get over the kind of tough, like the adversity at times? How do you deal with it yourself, and how do you kind of ensure that you the next time you kind of come out and perform?
I think we're kind of lucky that we're in a team sport. You're never really on your own. I mean, we've all got families and friends that I suppose you can lean on for tough moments. But it's funny. I was just talking to one of the boys around. I was like, it's actually kind of a blessing to be in a team sport. Like you win as a team and you lose as a team. So that like you come in on a Monday morning after a good win, and there's still like a bunch of players that there's a group that hasn't played, there's a group that's injured, there's a group
Yeah.
that's played, there's a group that's played well and played poorly. The moves are all over the shop, up and down. So, but the fact that you're in a team sport means like once the meetings are over or training is over and you're doing your recovery together, you can talk through those moments because there's headspaces are different every single week of the season.
Yeah.
So that's why I sympathize with solo athletes because they have a team around them, but it all falls on that guy to be or girl to be on his best form all the time, and it's probably a bit tougher then. But again, the team sport aspect, team sport is it's quite a good advantage in that regard, I think.
No, I can see. I was watching Jack Knowles' vlog that he started doing, and it seems a very kind of happy camp.
Mm.
Like what kind of separate, maybe not separate, but what kind of brings that kind of cohesiveness to the kind of because obviously it's a huge squad. You need a lot of players to be able to do what you're doing week in and week out. But how do you kind of keep that team spirit going?
Um, I think enjoyment is it's one of our kind of our it's kind of one of the values here as well. You want to enjoy your work, hard work, but you want to enjoy it as well. Take enjoyment out of training and winning and playing together as a team, and you know celebrate all the little moments you win on the field. We
Yeah,
constantly have to remind each other to celebrate the little wins. But I suppose away from that, coming in on a Monday again, whether it's good or bad, you'll take your serious meeting, but you can't be in a down mood constantly. You have to find the enjoyment out of it because it shouldn't be a job. Like it should be like you're loving what you're doing, whether you're you know you have to love what you're doing. Like and you have to accept that it's challenging. It's not going to be easy. There's going to be a lot of tough moments, but Um, and so players do we do work to keep things enjoyable, have we play little games in the warm-up of training, or we have a social committee who organize stuff on it regularly enough, and yeah, we all have to buy into it and find the enjoyment, even if you, you might be having an off day.
Well, I'll ask, like, I was reading, how did you manage to keep the enjoyment when you're in, was it -5 or so in Russia playing? How was that?
That was serious crack, though. That was that was an unreal week. That was a really, really cool week. Just you're in feel like you're in a whole other world. -26 it actually got to one day.
Right, fair.
Uh, yeah, you walk in and it feels like you're walking through a blizzard. We're going to one of the markets in Krasnoyarsk because it was, and we're all buying the what are they called, the kapushkas or something like that.
Yeah,
The Russian hats, and yeah, that was just a really cool experience. There was a lot of anxiety going into the game because of how cold it was, but we didn't realize the team we were playing were just as anxious as us because they actually had never played it in those conditions. So it's a bit of a mad. It's a bit mad how they let the game go on, but yeah,
yeah,
we're freezing. I remember going up in the line out, and they were big boys, but they were literally like that, trying to keep their hands warm under their armpits. But anyway, we ended up playing quite well. It was actually a fun game. It being that
yeah,
cold, I mean, well, I couldn't get as tired as well. Funny enough, but and then after the match, we all stocked up on some cheap vodka to take home,
yeah,
and yeah, waiting for our plane. Next thing turned out a piece of the wing and completely froze over. So we got trapped. They're like, yeah, be ready to go in the morning. But it
yeah.
meant we could all go out for. So we all end up having going for a beer somewhere. Had a great night, and yeah, added memories to an already pretty cool week.
That's great. Would you want, like, this will be my last question, I'll let you enjoy your day, but would you want to see stuff like that more in terms of to grow the sport where you go into places like that? Maybe if you're still playing with Ireland, going to Fiji or Samoa to play a test match or something like that.
Yeah, well, yeah, it would be definitely. I'd say the players would love something like that, and Fiji, like again, staying on Fiji, there'd be so much buy-in from them to host a nation over there. They'd
Yeah.
love that interest. That's a rugby mad country, like, so. Yeah, that would be great. They should definitely do more things like that.
No, no, because I
Yeah.
was noticing, I saw how big it was in Georgia when Ireland came this summer. So it's just, I think that might help the game grow a wee bit more. So that's just why I was hoping to see what you thought.
Yeah, for sure. Even to host more games in the US with the World Cup as well, heading there next. I mean, there's so many cool destinations where they could play, host a couple of games, and doesn't just have to be, the US could be teams that are close enough as well.
Would you want to play in that World Cup
Yeah,
in America?
it'd be cool. It'd be cool. Uh, yeah, of course. Play any World Cup would be a great experience. For sure, for sure.
That's not
Yeah.
indicating you're going to go back to Connacht or Ulster or something before the next one so you can get them with Ireland, is it? No?
Well, that's the thing. It just depends. Like I'm just saying to experience the World Cup would be unreal. Yeah, it
Yeah.
would be cool. But yeah, no, I don't. You never know what the future holds. So I don't know what's what could be.
But look,
But yeah,
Ultan, you've been an absolute pleasure. It's lovely talking to you. I'm going to let you enjoy your day and hopefully
thanks,
enjoy
Brendan.
whatever you do.
Yeah, it's weights now, so I got to finish off the day with a bit of lifting a bit of tin.